Hi, boys and girls. We're going to do our monthly writing sample today. This is the writing that we do once a month, usually always at the end of the month, because I like to have the kids work as much as they can, do writing on their boards, do writing assignments, work in the Nat Geo, learn new sight words. And at the end of the month, we do a writing sample to kind of show the kids, show the parents, show me how much they've learned, okay? So that's gonna be in the blue folder, and I am gonna kind of give you a quick review. If you have saved all yours, of course, when you turned your folders in, I kind of fixed them up a little bit. What I did is, hopefully, you've done one for every month. We started school in August, and then we did one for September. We did one for October. We did a writing sample for November. Okay. Oops, I didn't hold that up. I do a turkey. We did one at the end of December. I actually assigned this on vacation. And now we're going to do one for January. Now, the January one, I added January and February. I did not do March, April, May because I got my fingers crossed that maybe we'll get back into the classroom. And if we don't, then I'll have to send a few extra home with another pickup day. But I went ahead and took my January one out. I just, used the class and I took it out just because I don't like writing. When you open this up, it's just hard to write on that. But that's up to you guys. You can leave it in there if you want to. I'll take it out and then I'll put it back in. Also, I always have to take a picture of mine and it's hard to do in that folder. Okay, so what I want to talk about is think about all the things we did for January. When I look on the calendar, I'm going to show you. Oh, I took the December down because I wanted to see how to spell it. But when I look on the calendar, the very first thing on there I see is Happy New Year. So if you did something really cool on New Year's Day and you want to write about, in January, we celebrated a brand new year. It's 2021. If you want to write about that, you can. Brianna had a birthday. So did Michael. And Ruben has a birthday coming up. So if they want to write about their birthdays, they can, okay? You see Martin Luther King Jr.? We learned about Martin Luther King Jr., didn't we, in January? We're also doing lots of stuff for winter. So I'm going to give you guys a couple of ideas. And what I want you guys to do is what I would do in the classroom, the kids would be at the table, and this is the writing sample where parents, you do not write it for them. Okay, I'm going to do a couple of samples, but I don't want them to trace my samples. If theirs looks just like mine and they wrote the exact same thing that I did, then I'm going to know that they traced it. I don't want them to do that because I'm not going to write in grown-up writing today. I'm going to write like I'm a 5-year-old or a 6-year-old, okay? But I do allow the kids to look around the room. We always have our sight words up on the room on a pocket chart, okay? They would see the word January on the calendar. And then sometimes there might be other words around the room like snowman or snow or things like that. If not, they just sound them out, right? Okay, so I think on my first one, this month we have learned lots of sight words. We have look, we have like, we have see. So I could start out with all the things I see in January or all the things I like in January, kind of like the winter stories that we did. I think let's start with something really, really easy, which is I see sentences. Okay, so instead of just saying I see a snowman, I see icicles, I see icicles and snowmen and sorry about that. I see snow. I'm going to say in January. So in is a sight word. So I know that I have to start with a capital letter now. Parents, don't remind your kids. You can remind them right now, just like I'm doing. Okay. Before we write, think about all the things. We start with capital letters. We put 2 fingers space. We do nice writing. And at the end of our sentence, we put a period. Unless it's really, really exciting, that we might put an exclamation mark. Or if you decide to write a question, like if you say, I like the snow. Do you like the snow? Then you might put a question mark, but some kind of punctuation at the end. Okay, so I'm going to say in January. Now, because January is right up there, right there, I'm going to spell it correctly. And did you notice it starts with a capital J? And don't forget, 2 finger space. In January. So I'm just going to look at it now. If you don't have the word January up someplace, a lot of you guys have nice little workspaces with calendars, and maybe you have your calendar, the one that we made, up there, then just copy it. If not, you're going to sound it out. January. In January, and I'm going to say, I like, and if you don't know how to spell like, it is a sight word. We write it a lot, but if not, just sound it out. Like. I'm going to say two. That's our new word for this week. See. I like to see the, okay, hopefully you guys know the. If not, just sound it out. Snow. Now, snow, you probably don't know that, so let's sound it out. I bet you guys can figure out what it starts with. S. Oh, snow. I like to see the snow. I'm going to put a period right there, and I'll hold it up. Now remember, you don't have to write the exact same thing. Now, I really, really want to encourage. Last month, for the last few months, I've gone over these and I filled up the whole page, and a lot of kids just do one sentence and then they're all done. If we were in the classroom, right now, I would be, the first month or two of school, we just do one sentence, and then I'll say, no, write another one. And then by now, I'll say, write another one. You know, hopefully they can write 3. The big thing is I try to get them to fill up the whole page. Okay, maybe not everyone can do that, but we sure want them to try. What I try to do is give some kind of reward. Like the first person did, I'll make a big deal about it. I'll go, wow, look, they filled up the whole page. Who else thinks they can fill up the whole page? Give them a lot of encouragement, sticker or whatever I need to do. And then pretty soon, they start feeding off each other and everybody wants to fill up the whole page. In January, I like to see the snow. Now, I'm going to just do another sentence like that. These are kind of pattern sentences, but I like to see the, we already said snow, so maybe I could say the snowman. So I just go and okay, or I like to make a snowman, or I like to build. Hey, instead of see, I think I'm going to say I like to make. I like to make a snowman. I'm going to erase that. That's all right. Change my mind there. I like to make a snowman. Now, what else do I like to do in January? I like to sit by the fire. I like to sit. You can go it. By the. Hopefully you guys know that. I'm not going to tell you how to spell that. Fire. Now we can sound out fire. Okay. All right. Now this is my writing. Okay. And then I'm going to draw a picture. So I'm going to have to go draw a picture of the snow. Make a snowman because I have a snowman in my writing. And then maybe I'll make a little fire. It must be outdoor fire, right? Because the rest of my story is taking place outdoors. Okay, now, this is an awesome one. Now, if that's a little advanced for your child and they just want to write I see sentences, I see a snowman. I see snowflakes, okay? I see winter, okay? And then that would be good too, right? Or we could try something a little harder. How about in January, we learned about Martin Luther King Jr. Okay, so I'm going to start with in again. In. Now remember, you can sound that one out. It's a sight word, but we can go in, right? In January. Okay, I'm going to pretend I don't have that big, nice big January right there. And I'm just going to sound it out. But I do know that it's the name of the month and it starts with a capital J. J-A-N-U-R-E. Now, I'll tell you right now, this is not spelled like a grown-up would spell it. It's not spelled correctly, but I sounded it out. J-A-N-U-R-E. In January, we haven't had that sight word yet, but I bet you can write it. We. Now, learned is a hard word. Let's just sound it out. Ooh, I hear an L. I hear an R. Learned. I'll put a D at the end. We learned about. Out. Martin Luther King Jr. You know what? I'm going to go like this. Remember, we've seen it. We said that his nickname was M for Martin, L for Luther, and K for King. MLK. So look, instead of writing Martin Luther King Jr., we could say MLK. In January, we learned about MLK, Martin Luther King. I'm going to say he was, I'm just going to sound that out, was a, how about a good, oh, that's a tricky one. I'm going to go with a O. A good man. Oh, I could do that one. Man. Remember when he won a prize? He won a prize. Okay, it was called the Nobel Peace Prize. Now, I didn't quite finish the whole page, but this was a little more advanced. Okay, this is actually 1, 2, 3 sentences about Martin Luther King Jr. So whether you want to write about winter or the snow or Martin Luther King Jr. or your birthday, you can write about whatever you want. Make sure you include a nice picture and color it and take a picture of it so that I can see it. And then what I'll do when I'm done with it, my picture, and when I'm done taking photographs so that I can put them on the assignment page, then I'm going to stick them back in here where they belong. They go after December, right? And we'll do another one in January. Oh, and then just another quick reminder, parents, if you reread this letter, if you kind of just reread that every time, that's just going to tell you, I don't want you to say, oh, no, erase that, that's not spelled right. I don't want you to say, oh, put a period at the end. I don't want you to say, oh, don't forget, start with capital letter. I want to see what the kids are doing right now. This is not as authentic, or I guess you'd say legitimate, as if we were in the classroom, because I know some parents are maybe giving too much help or maybe not enough help. I don't mind if you say sound it out, right? So if they're going, oh, how do you spell snowman? I don't care if you go snowman, but don't tell them, the letters, okay? See how many letters they can get. Maybe they can only get 2 or 3. Maybe they can get 4 or 5. Okay, so this is unedited. That means very little help, okay? All right, I can't wait to see your writing samples for January.